I'm Chad with Flash Performance. This is my 2020 Honda Talon 4X, and I am tired of getting stuck and pulling my friends out of the mud. So I ride with a bunch of guys that drive Razors, and that means either they're getting stuck or I'm getting stuck. Pretty much everybody's getting stuck. And having a four-seater, I high center all the time, especially going over the top of hills. And one of the things I don't have on this rig yet is a winch. And to put a winch on the new Talon, these are pretty new. There's not a lot of support out there for them yet. So there's more and more companies that are starting to come on board and adding winch mounts. To do that, I was surfing around the old interwebs and I found that Rough Country has gotten into the Talon game. They have quite a few accessories for the Honda Talons, and we're going to put a couple of those on today. When it comes to winches for your machine, there is no shortage of options in the market today. I have seen everything from super cheap to super expensive. I decided to go with this one from Rough Country. This is an RS 4500. Couple of reasons I decided to go this way. First, I like sticking brands together. I already got the Rough Country mount, so I might as well go ahead and use their Rough Country winch. Second, I needed something that could support the weight of this machine. This machine is over 2,000 pounds, being a four-seater and the extra tires and everything. So I wanted to have something that could double that, so 4,500 pound winch is perfect for that. Third, I wanted to have a synthetic rope, and the synthetic rope already comes included on this winch along with the synthetic rope fair lead. Some of the other winches that I looked at that were in the same price point did not have a synthetic rope, and you would have to add that on, and that means extra expense and extra time in doing that. So this makes a perfect option for me on my rig. Now, a couple of things that are not included in this winch that you need to make sure you know about. First, it does not come with a circuit breaker. It comes with all the wiring, but circuit breaker is on you, which is no big deal. I have a solution for that on the Talon, and I'll show you that here in a moment. Secondly, it does not come with a remote for going in and out. So it does come with the switch that will be mounted inside the cabin, but there's no option for a remote to be able to plug in and have an extended lead to be able to run that. So consider that as well. Now, when we talk about the Talon, there's not a lot of places to be able to put switches, so you have to come up with your own solution when it comes to external switches. So this is a pretty cool little product from PBR Products, and this panel, like I said, mounts right near the steering wheel, and it has your winch in and out button that actually came with it. It has a USB plug top and bottom, and then it has a voltmeter in the center, and then it has a rocker switch for any accessories that you want to add on to your rig later on. So a pretty cool little product from pbrproducts.com. I'll put that in the description below. And I really, when I bought this, I wasn't looking for it, but I was actually looking to get the lower door skins, and I got those from PBR Products as well. So make sure you check them out. Product link in the description below. So I'm not going to show you how to put a winch on your machine. The instructions that are provided from Rough Country are actually really good and very well detailed and pictured. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, but I will show you how I hook up power to this unit. So I have the winch mounted in, and one of the things that I've learned is you want to make sure you have it on the highest hole setting when it comes to the plate. You want to get that winch up as high as possible. That way the lead will match up to the ferrule. And I had mentioned earlier that I wasn't really concerned about this winch not coming with a fuse block, and I'll show you why. So this is the controller here, and I ran the wires from the winch to come up to the controller box. And I'm going to mount that controller box right here on the Talon, so it's going to mount right here on this bar. And one of the beautiful things that Honda did for us is the winch leads were already ran. So if you remove this cover that's right here, and you can follow this wiring harness, you'll see that these leads are already built into the wiring harness. So I don't have to run a wiring harness all the way to the back, and they already have the eyelets on it. So we're just going to hook those directly up, connect the power side to the battery in the back, and we'll be up and running. Now that I have the complete assembly all put together, I'll show you how everything turned out. I've actually had it out a couple of times since I shot the put together video, and you can see that I have the solenoid control box there mounted, all the wires directly from the wiring harness. I put a new mud guard here to keep all the stuff from going up inside there. So that's where the wiring harness runs, right down that pole. and I just took that wiring harness and ran it right inside and put that switch panel right here to the left of the steering wheel. And I moved my switches around a little bit. There is the USB, the rocker switch is not hooked to anything yet, and then the winch in and out. And as I said, this has been a phenomenal setup. It has done me very well. When I took it out, I pulled people over and pulled people up hills and got people out of mud stuck situations, and it worked out really well. My downside to this is I like where the switch is for me, but if I'm out and I have my son with me and he needs to push the button, he can't reach it from the passenger side. So I need to figure out how to maybe put a second switch in or move that to another location. So where's the battery at? So we hooked up to the wiring harness, but the battery is back here at the back in the wheel well right here. And there's a black cover that goes on here with a couple of switches that come off. And you can see you have the positive and negative leads right here, and this is actually the lead for the winch that goes up to the front. So this was tucked up here, way up here in the back, and it had blue tape in it. So I just had to wiggle that out and connect it right there, and then that runs all the way to the front, and of course it's already grounded. As I said, I've had this out quite a few times already in the filming process of finishing this up, and I've actually had to use the receiver hitch a couple of times to take the kids on hay rides around the Halloween holidays, and they really enjoyed it, and the machine was really good at pulling a light load with that receiver hitch. So I hope this helps you out when you're trying to make some decisions about your Honda Talon and what different directions you want to go. I'm Chad from Flash Performance. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.